good fun. This is really good fun, I tell you. Okay, we're holding our line there. And now we've got the steep downhill into a tight left-hand corner. This is a nice one. You can just sort of come down the hill, off the brakes, onto the power, slightly off camber, downhill left-hander. At speed, it's really good fun. Well, hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. I'm here with the Zontes 368G Enduro. Now, today we're going to try something that most testers haven't done with this bike, and I think it's very important. And that important thing is this bike going to kill you if you push it too hard? Now, before this, I've had the Honda ADV350, which would be the #1 direct competitor for this bike. Now, that's a very good motorcycle, the ADV. It handles well, it brakes well, the suspension is good. Everything about that bike inspires confidence. But this is Chinese. It's a brand new model. It hasn't been around long. Is it going to be as good as the ADV? Is it going to be safe? Is it going to kill you if you push it too hard? All those things we really need to find out. So this morning, I'm going to take this bike out on exactly the same set of twisties I took out the ADV350 on and do a direct comparison. So without further ado, guys, let's get it out there and see what it can do. Zontes 368G. We're going to go for a bit of a run along some twisties this morning. Would you like to join me? I'm sure you would. Chuck my phone in there. Just changed the dash display. You've got 4 different dash displays on this bike. Changed it to the, I think it's the Adventure one it's called. Not sure. Anyway, something different. Looks good. All right. We've turned it on with the red button there. Just hold that for a couple of seconds. That'll start the electronics up. Takes a few seconds, as I just mentioned, to get it going. Put the engine run switch on and bang, off we go. It was a little bit confusing when I first got the bike, but now it's okay. All right. See you, mate. See you soon. We're on Koh Samui in Thailand, by the way. Now, Koh Samui is a fantastic place for testing motorcycles. Not for high speed runs, because there's really no area to do that. Well, there's one area, but it's probably only a couple of kilometres long. Good enough to get a bit of a run, but generally not for touring. But you've got lots of corners here, lots of mountains and really steep up hills. So you can test the bike's handling, braking, many aspects of the bike you can test very well on this island. Now I'm getting away early because it's generally very busy and it's high season here. That means there's a lot of tourists on rental motorcycles, and this time of the morning or even earlier, there's not much light of course, it's the best time to get out on the roads and get a pretty clear run. So there'll still be traffic, but hopefully not too much. Now, the ride we'll be doing this morning through some beautiful twisties along the coastal road is one I have done before on a previous test on a bike that would be considered to be the #1 competitor for this one, and that would be the Honda ADV350, and ride test both on and off-road that bike on my channel, so you're welcome to go and look on that one. Actually, I might even provide a link in this video so you can have a look at that as well. Having owned both bikes for a bit of time now, I'm constantly making direct comparisons with what I remember of the ADV350 against this one. And this guy's going to come in here in front of me. Alright, I'm going to have to let him go first, I think. And yeah, the traffic's starting to build up already. But we'll just ease our way out, and Yeah, it's quite busy already actually, surprisingly. That's okay, we'll get out there. Maybe, sooner or later. Okay, we can go. Yep, there we go. There we go. Okay, probably about 2 minutes away, 3 minutes away from the start of the good twisties. Well, that might be more than 3 minutes now with the traffic. Like I said, it's tourist season here. There's pretty much one single road around the whole island, and that causes for a lot of traffic build-ups, particularly in the afternoon when schools are finishing. People are moving around, going to get something to eat, finishing work. Now we're at 7 o'clock, we're probably looking at a lot of traffic as people starting work. The one good thing about getting out this time of the morning is there's generally not too many tourists out on bikes. You'll see mostly locals, like that one there on the left, because it's just too early for the tourists. They're out partying most nights and enjoying themselves. Okay, we're just starting to get through the traffic at the moment. There's about 4 cars ahead of me. One's turning off, which is good. So you see that mountain ahead of us there. That's the start of the nice run. But no stress if we're used to dealing with traffic here. I don't get the opportunity to ride this bike through the twisties on my own too much because I'm usually carrying a pillion passenger, my wife, and various other factors. Traffic being the main one, of course. So hopefully we'll get a bit of a clear run and I can get a bit of a feel for how the bike handles at speed through that sort of conditions. Because I know what the ADV was like. That's a really good handling bike on the corners. Another guy's done a review on this bike and he says let's pass this one too, I think. Yeah, another guy from Thailand on YouTube has done a review on this bike, and he seems to think that... Is this guy going to turn in front of me or not? No. He seems to think that it's got no more power than the ADV, even though it's stated as having, or rated as having, another 10 horsepower. For me, my personal experience without putting them head to head, and I will do it, is that this one is more punchy, particularly straight off the throttle from down low in the revs. From a standing start, it's very responsive, this bike. It's got great torque for pulling up hills. I think it's got more torque than the Honda. I'd have to check the figures, but I'm sure it has. But as far as straight line acceleration, not sure. I'd like to put them head to head and just see what the difference is there, particularly from a rolling start. I have recently ridden a Honda Forza 350 and found that it was pretty good. It was a fairly new one. I'm going to get blocked here. This guy on the left's going slow, the one on the right got a little bit of speed about him. Most people here, they drive pretty fast on a straight line, but they can't take corners. Oh yeah, that's a problem in Thailand. Let's just get going past this guy so I can get back out. Seems to have good pull until you get up around the 100 k's, and then it sort of drops off a bit. Now, I've got a first of our twisty sections here. Mr. Policeman there, Mr. Plod, saying slow down. We'll just won't worry about that too much. We'll hold our line. That was really good, really stable. Got some nice downhill twisties coming up here. Got a left-hander, tight left-hander, got a taxi in front of us, unfortunately. I might try and pick him up early because he's going to cut the corner and cut me off. Get him here. Yeah, got him. Alright, just this is a scary little bit through here. Most people will try and hit the brakes, particularly coming into this last one here, which I'll try not to do. There's something on the road there, I don't know what that is. Hopefully it's not oil. Alright, we've got a really good run through there. That was great. Get the last one here for this bit. Yeah, nice 70k sweeper. Felt really good, really stable. Come across to the right. Excellent. You've got to try and be careful picking your lanes here. Obviously you're safer on the right, but most motorcycles are expected to be on the left. But the speed I'm going, I'm much faster than the cars, but you've got to worry about the ones coming the other way. They too think that they should have anything they want to do. They're bigger, heavier, take precedence over a motorbike for sure. This is good fun. This is really good fun, I tell you. Okay, we're holding our line there and get through there. Very good. Very good. Very impressive. That was my one major concern with the Zontes. Alright, that's the twisties done. There are more, but the traffic congestion will be pretty high, so I'm just going to pull in now somewhere and not sure what's going on here. Get the police out. We've had an accident, have we, or what's going on? Not sure. A lot of accidents here. I'm just going to turn around and I'll go and park the bike up around the corner here and change the camera angle because we're going back that way anyway, so yeah, I don't know what that was all about. I mean, it's not unusual to see police out here, but yeah, I don't particularly know what was happening there. Alright, we'll just stop that for a minute. Okay, here we go again. Change of camera angle. Just give it a bit of a turn around. There we go. Side stands up, ignition on. Alright, here we go. Oh, that feels funny having that camera in front of me like that. That really does. Okay, we're going to have to take it easy through here now because I'm not sure how stable this camera is. But give you a different perspective. For sure. Oh, that's really weird having that camera there. Alright, we'll go a little bit faster because I don't like getting passed by cars ever. Just got to have confidence that the camera's not going to end up falling off the front of the bike. Follow this guy in front of me. You can't see him, but he's on a little scooter and he's cornering pretty fast actually. Obviously does this road every day. Lots of traffic on the road now. Just that 15 minutes and really builds up. And you've got to watch them because they'll cut the corners on you. And yeah, you think they panic. They've got four wheels on beautiful new tarmac and they will still run wide and cut you off like this one here. So you just try and get through them as quick as you can. The one we're just passing now is, see, look at this. You can't see it. He just cut me right off, this guy. You'll see him in a minute. Cut me right off. They can't drive for shit, half these guys. Just caught me little scooter again. I'd like to put him in the picture, but I don't really want to pass him. Now we've got the steep downhill into a tight left-hand corner. Now we've got a couple on another scooter that's going to block us for the corner. But this is a nice one. You can just sort of come down the hill, off the brakes, onto the power, slightly off camber, downhill left-hander. At speed, it's really good fun. The one thing I will say that I've struggled with this bike, in comparison to the Honda ADV350, is confidence. I had a lot of confidence in the ADV. I've done a lot of big rides on that bike, and I have punted that thing through all over Thailand, Malaysia, and at pretty high speeds through corners, over rough ground, and found it to be a really competent, confidence-inspiring bike that I put trust in the bike and its tyres. That, there we go, if you can see in the camera, there's a load of, oh, I'll turn off here actually, there's too much traffic. Truckload of Myanmar going to work there now. There's a school up here, that's what these ones here will be doing. It's a school day, it's Wednesday I think. Yeah, so back to what I was talking about. I've got a lot of confidence in the ADV350, the handling of the bike, the tyres, the suspension, and this one being Chinese, obviously, you know, everybody has some concern about Chinese motorcycles and their competence. They're pretty much new players in the field to some degree, particularly with their quality stuff, or their attempts at making quality motorcycles. And Honda, of course, has had racing development, motocross, road, enduro. I really don't even need to speak much about that. Everybody knows about Honda's history and their motorcycle development. Yeah, they've had some duds, of course. Had some monumental duds, both on and off-road bikes, and still do. They still make some cheapies that aren't too flash. Plenty of them here in Asia. There's one about to go past me on the right there. It's a Honda 160 Click. They brought them out with a dual brakes, a combo brake they called it, where you activate one brake and it's supposed to do both, like the front brake is supposed to do the front and the rear. The trouble with that is, if you know anything about motorcycle geometry and braking and so forth, and safety, your front brake is your main stopper, it's 90% of your stopper, and you're sharing that with a back brake that should not be involved in hard braking. So what you end up with is a bike that operates both brakes at the same time, but unfortunately it reduces the braking power significantly. It turns it into quite a dangerous motorcycle. I bought one brand new, engine was pretty good, and the fact that you can put shopping in the floor area is fantastic. I had to keep taking it back to the Honda shop. I said, well, the bloody brakes don't work. When I found out exactly what was going on, I said, just stop it altogether. It's a ridiculous idea. Front and rear brakes should operate completely independently of each other all the time. So there you go. Back to my rant is over. But as I said, even companies like Honda get it wrong sometimes. But that doesn't make it any easier when you're dealing with a new, untried, untested bike, and this is a brand new model from Zontes, this one. It's got a bigger front wheel than the Honda, and that's sort of quite noticeable in terms of the handling, I think. particularly cornering. It's got a slightly more twitchy feel, just a little bit over the Honda. The Honda feels really planted and stable. I'm not saying this isn't, but it's just different. I'm not going to say it's bad because it's not. It's just different, that's all. Alright guys, the purpose of today's video was just to highlight the fact that the Zontes, being a new and untried motorcycle, being a Chinese motorcycle, probably the most important factor here. Can we trust it? Can we put our life in some Chinese engineer's hands and push it and have some fun and be confident doing it? Well, at first when I started riding this bike, the answer to that was no. I was very suspect about it. As I mentioned several times during the video, I did have the Honda ADV and had complete faith in that bike and my ability to control it in a lot of situations. This one, no, definitely not. But the more time I've spent in the saddle, the more confident I've become with the bike, and I've been out on the twisties a few times with it now, and every time I've gone out I've just pushed it that little bit further. And I've been looking at some of the old videos of my speeds through there with the Honda in comparison to the Zontes, and I actually think the Zontes might be a little bit quicker. The main point here is that from this little test I can confidently say I have faith in this motorcycle. I can push it a little bit harder and have some fun on it. I'm not going to be scared that it's going to do something crazy, flick out on a corner, high side me, suddenly let go or whatever. I know tyres are a factor in that, and the tyres on this bike are semi off-road, not like the nice Metzeler Karoo tyres that come standard with the Honda ADV350. But even with that factor involved, you get a feel for a bike and its stability and how well you can control it and trust it. And I feel that the Zontes 368G Enduro is a pretty good thing. There will be a more thorough test on this bike coming out. This was just a taste of the actual handling of the bike, which is one of the most important factors. But I will do a thorough test on it, and I'll take it off-road too next time, so we can get a bit of an idea of we'll get a bit of an idea of is it really an enduro bike or not. We know the answer to that straight away, but we'll give it a go anyway. Alright guys, that's it again for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below, and I shall look forward to seeing you in the next one. Mike from Moto2Ro.